What's going on, everybody? I'm back. I'm sorry. Down to earth with me, Kristian Harloff. And David Grusch was talking to Megyn Kelly about CIA and how they definitely are not really being forthcoming with all the information they have on UAP. So let's get into it. Yes, I know it's been a little bit of a break with the holiday season, but I am back to discuss all of the things happening in the world of UAP. So thank you for being here on the channel. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's get into it, man. Let's look at, there's these two particular clips, and I want to give props to UAP James for posting these particular clips from this interview. So let's start with this first one. It's a shorter clip. Check out what David Grusch says here.
Unfortunately, the CIA has a lot of skeletons in its closets. Other things I know about that I can't talk about that are conventional national security issues. But the crash retrieval issue, unfortunately, is certainly one of them. And they've done a lot of concerning things.
What's being alleged by you and many others is that they have literal skeletons in their closet or whatever.
They do.
Okay, so that's one of the things that I think is alluding to maybe the same thing he said in the 2023 hearing, right? About having bodies, having those things, having remains, non-human remains. And there's been a lot of people, as Megyn Kelly said there, that have alleged these types of things as well. And the type that CIA, there was an interview recently, was it Tim Allen? It was Tim Allen. Tim Allen was on, Tim Allen was on Bill Maher. And he was talking about when he's talking to these CIA guys and things that they said as far as, because he was asking about UFOs and UAPs and just the way the way that these people speak about these particular topics and the things that they were telling him and things what they couldn't say and what like the questions that he was asking, instead of just shutting it down. There's things happening. There's things that have happened. There's things that, as he says, skeletons in the closet here by David Grusch, and talking about how if there's a lot of people that have answers, it's the CIA. I mean, you know that from as he starts in the beginning of this clip, saying about not just UAP topic in general, and everybody knows that's something that everybody can agree on. At least a lot of people would agree on that, even if you don't necessarily believe in the UAP topic. I think a lot of people feel that the CIA has a lot of information, a lot of things, and a lot of operations and things that they've worked on that would probably everybody would just, mouth agape for the rest of your lives if you heard some of it too. And whether the things that they've been connected to or accused of, whether it's JFK or anything else too, there's always things that they're linked to. This is yet another one, and this is one of those ones. Now, the story for me is that David Grusch is out talking again. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm waiting for David Grusch to start talking again. And 2026 is the year he's going to start talking again. Sign me up. If he's going to start coming out and start talking about, CIA and other people, whatever it might be, about who really has the crash retrieval, the all that stuff. Let's go. So it doesn't stop there. There's a lot more in this particular interview, but out of these two particular clips, look at this one, and then let's talk about this clip after we play it.
General Clapper, the former DNI in the documentary, I certainly applaud him for at least speaking out in general. He goes on, I believe, I've only seen clips of Age of Disclosure, not the whole thing, where there was a program when he was the director of national intelligence where they were tracking these vehicles over Area 51, of course, the famed classified test location. And I'm a little bit disappointed as a fellow Air Force officer, and certainly General Clapper rose to the ranks as 3-star general. That's all he said in the documentary, that was a program he was aware of. In fact, without being inappropriate, I will say that General Clapper was well aware of the crash retrieval issue, managed the crash retrieval issue, and when he was the DNI, USDI, and DIA director, he placed people in critical roles to manage this issue, both publicly and I'll just say non-publicly as well. And I'll allow the audience distill what I'm saying at the risk of being inappropriate or going too far with my discussion. So General Clapper, Stephanie O'Sullivan, other folks in the IC that are well aware of this issue, that were in rooms discussing this issue, I ask you to be greater leaders on this. I should not be the only former military officer and intelligence official that is being completely candid with the information that they were exposed to.
He's right. He shouldn't be the only one. Especially if these people are talking on it on that documentary. He shouldn't be. If you're going to talk about it at all, what do you got? Don't pussyfoot around it. And I know there's obviously, and Grusch can't say everything. He even said there's only so much he can say without getting himself in trouble. Well, why can't the general do the same thing? It's also interesting to me. Everyone got on my case. Every one of you watching right now about not watching Age of Disclosure all the way through. Guess what? I'm not involved in the government, right? I'm not the one out talking about UAPs all of the time. David Grusch didn't watch it either. He didn't see it either because all information that he knew already. He didn't need to see it. He didn't need to see it. He probably should have watched it too, right? You should yell at him. Stop yelling at me. But nonetheless, it's information that we kind of knew already, Grusch knew already, and as he mentioned, that in this documentary alone, there are people who are speaking about the topic, and to which he applauds that they're out there at least speaking about it. However, they're not giving all of the information that they should be getting. He said not only is this guy aware of it, he was managing it. He very aware of it. So he had even more information he could have gotten. And I think that if I was David Grusch, I would be getting consistently more pissed off, frustrated. Because, as he said at the end, I shouldn't be the only one out here talking about it because you all know. It's like, get some balls. Do something about it. And it is that age-old thing, right, that we've discussed here now at this point with the whistleblowers, and people just aren't protected. So they don't feel like they could step up. So the general doesn't want to risk losing his clearance and other things, so he says what he can say, and that's it, because there's no protection. I just wish someone like a Bigelow or an Ellison or Elon Musk or somebody like that, Mark Cuban, somebody would just bankroll a program. Imagine stop trying to buy Warner Brothers. It's not going to work, Ellison. You should fund an entire thing about UFOs, UAPs. Be that guy and fund that and figure that out. Be the new Bigelow and figure out, use your money to get disclosure going. Who gives a shit about Warner Brothers? You're not going to get it. They said no to you 3 times. Now, if you turn it all around, you start funding whistleblowers, you got a whole new thing to be working on. But the story again is David Grusch. He's back. He seems pissed off, and he seems to be talking a lot more. That's a good thing when it comes to the disclosure side of it. I've got to watch. Now, this full interview I will watch because I want to see what else he's talking about. I want to see what else he is saying when it comes to, and how long the interview is in general, about what's next for him. What's he going to be doing? Because I think that he's another one of these people that should be front and center. He should be the face of this thing, and he was for a little bit, but he stepped away. And he not stepped away as in disappeared. He was helping Burleson and other things, and I'm trying to get Burleson on the show. It's one of the things I want to ask Burleson if I do get him on the show, is I want to ask him about Grusch and what his relationship is now, what Grusch and what capacity he's working, and all of that. Because we need this guy out there doing this stuff and talking to everybody. And I hope that, because he's a consultant on that movie with Kaczynski, the UFO movie, UAP movie. So what I'm hoping is that he's doing more interviews like this when he's promoting the movie. That's what's going to get great. Because Age of Disclosure got people talking. And as I thought, and as most of you thought, it didn't move the needle too much. It didn't. What it did was it got conversation with mainstream because of who Dan Farrar was or is. And he's on Bill Maher talking about it. And he's all over. He's on Rogan talking about it. He's on all these different places talking about it to promote the movie, which was great. It was because of who Dan Farah is, he was able to get that done. That was a major win. The problem was the $19.99 to rent it. And that's it. It wasn't available on streaming platforms for regular peeps. Now, the majority of the rentals that came from it, the majority are people that are in this community and were paying attention to it because they wanted to see what was next and what was new and all that stuff. What is needed is, well, it needed to be on a streaming platform, in my opinion. However, Joseph Kosinski, the director of F1 and Top Gun Maverick, doing a UAP movie, and who knows, maybe one of those type, whether it's Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, whoever it might be, is in this movie, and David Grusch is a consultant. Well, when the promotion for that movie starts to happen, you better bet your ass that Grusch will be out there talking more so, and it would be great if he's sitting there talking about it next to, and again, I don't know if Brad Pitt's going to be in it. I'm just saying hypothetically, Brad Pitt's in it, saying this on the circuit. That's when you're going to start getting some juice, because people are going to, that movie, well, yes, you're going to have to pay for it when it's in the theater, but when it comes out on Apple, you have Apple and you watch it on Apple. Maybe Apple licenses it somewhere else. So that's going to be the one that I think really, if you use him for promotion, could be very interesting. But he's back, at least for now. What do you think about these comments that he's made? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. What do you think about Grusch being back? Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow with a new video. And comment, like, subscribe, do all that. We'll see you on the flip side.